My name's Laura Angel from Mississippi State University Extension. Come on in and let's bake with me today. I am going to share with you a new contest that we are doing this month. It is the 4-H baking contest. And so today we're going to be talking about that contest and baking something. We're not actually using the oven today. We're making chocolate no-bake cookies. And so we're going to do those right here in front of you. And they just take a matter of minutes. And so this is a great easy recipe. It's a family-friendly recipe that everybody in the family can get involved with measuring and stirring and pouring. And so you can get everybody together and do this recipe today or sometime this month. 4-Hers can participate in this new 4-H contest. And so if you need the description or what to do about the 4-H contest, if you look in the description of this video, you will find all the information about our 4-H contest, about baking. And so it's really easy. All you have to do is bake something from scratch. It's the holiday season. Take the opportunity to bake some cookies, and then you document the process. You take pictures while you're baking, and then you send them to us, and you send a photo of your finished product. But like I said, all the details are in the description. But let's get cooking these cookies that we're going to make today. And these cookies I learned to make when I was like 8 or 9 years old. My mom turned me loose in the kitchen, and I started making these for my family. And it's a super easy recipe that has all the ingredients in your kitchen. And so if you've never made no-bake cookies before, like I said, they're easy. And so the first thing that you do, it takes just a few ingredients. The first thing is a stick of butter. And so just 1 stick of butter into your pan in there. And let's see, a 1/2 cup of milk. And if you have allergies, you could use some dairy-free butter, or dairy-free margarine. You could use soy milk or almond milk, whatever fits your dietary needs. 3 tablespoons of cocoa and 2 cups of sugar. And so it is the holidays, and it is okay sometimes to indulge a little bit. And so you're just going to put these on in a skillet, and you're going to turn on your skillet, and you're going to start cooking them. And I have a whisk here, and I'm going to just basically whisk all these ingredients together, and I'm going to bring them to a boil. And so I'm just cooking them for 1 minute. So I'm going to bring them to a boil, and a rapid boil. And so you'll see bubbles here in just a minute. You'll see bubbles, and I'll lift up the pan so that you can see what they look like. But here's what it looks like right now. It's just like some chocolate goodness in there. And this creates kind of a syrup base that you can hide in some fiber from our oatmeal. And so we're going to add in oatmeal, and we're going to add in peanut butter. And so if you can't have peanut butter, choose another nut butter, maybe almond butter or sunflower butter. And so this is just, like I said, going to take just a little bit, and we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to time it for 1 minute. But this recipe has protein in it, and it also has fiber. But maybe you can't have oats, so you could substitute for the oatmeal. Maybe you're allergic, so you could substitute those for maybe something else. You could put nuts in there, or you could put coconut. I think it's chow mein noodles that you could put in there. But you're basically creating a base with the cocoa, the sugar, the butter, and the milk. You're creating a base that's a hot liquid that you're going to incorporate on top of that oatmeal. And so like I said, you could substitute other items for it. But this is what I did when I was a kid. And so it's starting to get some little bubbles on the pan. And so I'm just waiting for it to get to be a full boil, and then I will start timing it. And you'll start hearing it kind of dance around on the pan. And then you'll know that it will be time that you need to start timing it. But I'm using a whisk today, and I also have up here a cookie scoop. And in just a few minutes, we're going to scoop them out into like mounds and put them on top of a wax piece of paper. And so I'm getting happy over here in my pan. It's starting to boil, so I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute. Give me a heart or a like or a reaction to this video if you have made these cookies before. Like I said, this is just a favorite of my kids and my family, and I've been making these since I was about 8 or 9 years old. So give me a reaction if this is a recipe that you have made before or that your family likes. I've also made this recipe with eliminating the cocoa powder. So if you're not a chocolate fan, you could just have peanut butter flavored cookies. Okay, it's been 1 minute, so I'm going to show you what this looks like here. And so you can see right here, it is this concoction right here that is, and I'm trying not to pour it out on us on film. And so it's just a nice mixture that's all mixed together. It's bubbling. And so I'm going to add in there a teaspoon of vanilla. And you hear it kind of bubbling again. And I'm going to add in some peanut butter. And so I'm going to just scoop this peanut butter. This is a ½ cup of peanut butter. And the peanut butter is kind of the glue that helps kind of hold it all together. And you need to like measure, when you measure these ingredients, be kind of careful with how you measure them to make sure that you're using exact ingredients for the correct measurements. This is a ½ cup of peanut butter, and if you get too much, the cookies can get kind of brittle and fall apart. Same thing for the oatmeal. You want to make sure that you get the correct amount of oatmeal, which is 3 cups, so that you're not putting too much oatmeal in there. So this is my oatmeal, and I'm just basically going to pour that all in there. And I'm mixing it all together. And you have to kind of work fast with this recipe because they can get hard too quick. So you have to use your fast kitchen speed. And so if you could smell right now on this video, it smells yummy in the office. And so there's what the recipe looks like. And then, like I said a minute ago, you use a cookie scoop. If you don't have a cookie scoop, grab like a tablespoon, and you're basically just scooping out these cookies and putting them on wax paper. And then you're basically finished. They dry, and then you store them in an airtight container. They probably would last up to a week. If they last that long, they might last a few days. But these are a great addition to a holiday meal or just a tasty treat, maybe cookies for Santa. So I challenge you, and if you have a 4-H'er, to make this recipe, or drop by the DeSoto County Extension office and grab an Extension Brown Bag Grab and Go kit. We have a wonderful cookie guide in there this month that features like 20 different cookie recipes. And so I challenge you to drop by and grab a brown bag. If you can't make it by the Extension office, stop by the local library in DeSoto County, and they have the brown bags there too. And there's, like I said, a cookie guide and all the information for the cookie contest that is coming up with 4-H. Hope you have a great day and a wonderful holiday season. Catch you later.